From crashing out on the first lap of his home Grand Prix to struggling in one of the most dominant cars in F1 history.
In the next few corners, he pushes Sergio Perez.
Sergio Perez has had a rough 2024 season, whether it's poor qualifying, race-ending mistakes, or just failing to keep up with Max Verstappen. Checo's year has been a series of disappointments. Do you remember all the moments? Let's take a look. With every race, the pressure only gets higher. Now, let's shift gears and look at another intense moment from the season. Number 1, a costly spin and controversy for Perez.
Safety car turn 15.
I seem to lose drive. I lost drive. Yeah, I lost drive. Yeah, I lost drive.
Get to an opening. But you make it back to the pit lane.
In the heat of the Qatar Grand Prix, Sergio Perez found himself in a tough spot after spinning out. But what happened next made things even more dramatic. Instead of getting back on track and pushing forward, he chose not to continue, sparking debates about his mindset under pressure. Mistakes happen in racing, but refusing to go on left, many wondering if frustration had completely taken over.
So if you can see an orange gap on the right hand side.
Yeah.
Red Bull, already struggling with an inconsistent season, now faced even more questions about their driver lineup and team dynamics. Was it just a moment of disappointment, or was this a deeper sign of Perez's ongoing struggles? Fans and experts alike were divided, with some defending his decision while others criticized his lack of fight. Either way, moments like these can have big consequences, especially in a sport where every race, every point, and every decision can determine the future of a driver's career. In the next video, we witness another incredible moment as Checo Perez pulls off what might be the overtake of the season. Number 2, Sergio Perez's stunning double overtake.
Oh, Perez trying to go past 2 of them in one corner and doing so!
Checo Perez just pulled off what might be the overtake of the season. As he lined up behind 2 cars in the slipstream, he saw a tiny gap and went for it with incredible bravery. Late on the brakes, he somehow managed to squeeze past both opponents in a single corner, a move that few would even dare to attempt. What made it even more impressive was that he did it all without making any contact, keeping his car perfectly under control. It was a masterclass in skill, precision, and confidence, leaving fans and commentators in awe. Moments like these remind everyone why Perez is one of the best racers on the grid. And just like that, another intense battle ends in chaos. But the action doesn't stop there. Let's move on to the next dramatic moment on track. Number 3, high-speed drama ends in disaster in Baku.
Charles Leclerc under massive pressure here, Harry. They've got the back marker, which could help Leclerc out with a bit of a tow though.
Here we go. Leclerc just getting on to the dusty part of the track. It's been dusty all weekend long. Huge speeds, getting up to well over 310 kilometers an hour. The DRS line will come. Is the writing on the wall for Charles Leclerc, who will defend for as long as he can. Perez in the Red Bull moves to the outside, forces his way around, but Leclerc's not having any of it.
When you're racing at over 310 miles per hour, one wrong move can change everything, and that's exactly what happened between Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez in Baku. With Charles Leclerc under massive pressure, Perez made a bold move around the outside, but Leclerc wasn't backing down, forcing Perez wide. That opened the door for Sainz, who took full advantage and grabbed the position. But just when it seemed like Ferrari had pulled off the perfect teamwork, things took a shocking turn. Perez fought back, and in the heat of the battle, contact was made. Both cars went into the wall, turning a thrilling fight for the podium into a disaster for Red Bull and Ferrari. In F1, split-second decisions can be the difference between glory and heartbreak, and this was a moment that left both teams wondering what could have been. Up next, emotions continue to run high as we take a closer look at the intense battles that unfolded on track. The stakes were high, and neither driver was willing to back down. Number 4. Heated moments after a wild crash in Baku. Racing on Baku's tight streets is always risky, and the crash between Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz at the Azerbaijan GP was proof of that. But what happened after the collision made just as many headlines. Newly released 360-degree footage revealed just how intense the moment was, with Checo visibly frustrated and even pushing Sainz's head during their heated argument. Both drivers had been battling hard for position, and when things didn't go their way, emotions exploded. The tension in the air was undeniable, with team radios filled with frustration and pit crews scrambling to assess the damage. This new angle added a whole new layer to the drama, showing just how personal these battles can get. Was Perez simply letting off steam, or did he take things too far? In a sport where every move is watched closely, moments like this can spark endless debates among fans and experts, with opinions split on whether this was just pure racing passion or unnecessary aggression. And in the next clip, the drama continues as we witness the aftermath of Perez's early exit from the race. The crash's impact leaves a significant mark on the rest of the race. Number 5. Perez's race ends in a huge crash.
Literally just ripped the sidewall of Carlos Sainz front left.
Right, now we're going to see Sergio Perez. This is going to be about 400 metres of his Monaco Grand Prix.
He's nearly ticking over into the first corner. And now he's got Kevin Magnussen to his right, and Magnussen just keeps on pushing up there. So one wheel escaped on its tethers, hopefully to stay inbound of the track. There's not a grandstand there, thankfully. That is a...
Monaco is already one of the toughest tracks in Formula 1, but for Sergio Perez, his race was over in just a few hundred meters. As he approached turn 1, Kevin Magnussen was right alongside him, refusing to back down. With such tight margins on the narrow streets, there was no room for error, and contact was inevitable. The impact was brutal, ripping apart Perez's car and sending debris flying across the track. One of the wheels even broke loose, but stayed within the circuit boundaries, avoiding an even bigger disaster. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but for Red Bull, it was a nightmare start to the race. Monaco always delivers drama, and this was another reminder of just how unforgiving this legendary circuit can be. In the next clip, the tension rises as Lawson and Perez continue their fierce battle, each refusing to give an inch. With every move, the fight for position becomes even more intense. Number 6. Lawson versus Perez at the Mexican Grand Prix. The 2024 Mexican Grand Prix saw a thrilling showdown between Liam Lawson and Sergio Perez, with both drivers refusing to back down. With the passionate home crowd cheering him on, Perez was determined to defend his position, but Lawson wasn't making it easy. Lap after lap, they traded places, pushing the limits of their cars and each other. Perez used every bit of his experience to hold Lawson off, but the young driver showed incredible skill, proving he wasn't afraid to challenge a veteran. The battle was clean but aggressive, showcasing pure racing at its best. In the end, only one could come out on top, but this fight was a clear reminder that in F1, talent and determination matter just as much as speed. In the next clip, the battle continues as Perez and Hülkenberg push their limits, each trying to gain the upper hand. With every turn, the intensity rises, making for an edge-of-the-seat finish. The drama in Baku was just one of many unpredictable moments this season. Up next, let's take a look at another severe battle that had fans on the edge of their seats. Number 7. Last Lap Showdown.
Last lap, press and hold down to turn 1, press and hold down to 3. Press and hold. Battery's still good, press and hold.
The The final lap of the race delivered an intense battle between Sergio Perez and Nico Hülkenberg, with both drivers giving it everything they had. As they approached turn 1, neither was willing to back down, pushing their cars to the absolute limit. Perez tried to hold his ground while Hülkenberg looked for the perfect opportunity to sneak ahead. It was a fight of pure skill and determination, with every move needing to be precise. The tension was high, the gap was razor thin, and in those final moments, it all came down to who could keep their nerve. This was classic wheel-to-wheel racing, fast, aggressive, and unforgettable. Number 8, Perez and Sainz collide in Baku. Lap 50 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix turned chaotic as Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz found themselves in a costly collision. It all started with Perez attacking Charles Leclerc, forcing some aggressive defensive moves. As Sainz tried to make a move of his own, he misjudged his position, running wide and losing grip. This opened the door for Perez to fight back, and with both drivers hunting for Leclerc's slipstream, things got messy. Side by side on the straight, they drifted into each other, leading to a completely avoidable crash. While both played a role, many pointed at Perez, who had more space to avoid the contact. Frustration was clear over the team radios, with drivers questioning what had just happened. In F1, split-second decisions can make or break a race, and this was a moment both Red Bull and Ferrari would rather forget. Perez's exit from Red Bull was a major shakeup, but it wasn't the only big story of the season. Coming up, let's dive into another dramatic moment that had everyone talking. Number 9. Sergio Perez's F1 exit. What went wrong? Sergio Perez's time in Formula 1 has hit a roadblock, at least for now, after Red Bull decided to replace him with Liam Lawson for 2025. The biggest issue was his 2024 performance, where he finished a shocking 280 points behind his Red Bull teammate, Max Verstappen. His struggles also hurt Red Bull's standing in the Constructors' Championship, dropping them to 3rd place behind McLaren and Ferrari. With the decision coming so late, there are no open seats for him in 2025, meaning he'll have to sit out for a season. But after all the stress and pressure he's faced, a break might actually be a good thing. If he decides to make a comeback, his experience in midfield battles and strong financial backing could help him find a way back to the grid. The big question now is, what were the key moments that led to his exit? The Mexican Grand Prix started with pure chaos as drivers fought for position, but while Perez debated a penalty, Tsunoda's crash turned the race upside down, proving how fast things change in F1. Number 10. Perez's chaos, struggles, and heated moments.
Intrigue here. An opportunity for Perez.
No penalty, so maybe depends who you are, it depends the penalty you get.
The Mexican Grand Prix kicked off with absolute chaos as drivers aggressively fought for position right from the start. Sergio Perez quickly found himself at the center of a penalty debate, insisting he had left enough space while his rival made a late move. But before that argument could even settle, the real drama unfolded. Yuki Tsunoda lost control, spun out, and slammed straight into the barriers, bringing an early disaster to the race. The crash forced teams to rethink their strategies while tensions continued to rise on the track. With every move under intense scrutiny, the battle for turn 1 became one of the race's defining moments. The unpredictable nature of Formula 1 struck again, reminding everyone that in this sport, everything can change in just a matter of seconds. Do you think he was in the right in these incidents? Or did he take things too far? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.